Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to another video. I know I'd mentioned in last Sunday's vlog that I was going to save the hookup of that tank I just fixed to next Sunday's vlog, but, well, I was thinking about it, and I had two choices, really. If I had put it in next Sunday's vlog, I was either going to take up a good chunk of the vlog because there's a fair amount of detail in putting this back together, or I'd have to leave a lot of detail out. So I decided I was going to give it its own video. So what I'm doing here is I'm just looking for a coupling, and this is my new supposedly organized drawer for these sorts of fittings. And as you can see, there's a bit of a hunt there, but it's a little bit easier than it used to be because I used to keep them in a box. If I wanted to get this even more organized, I would either have to really subdivide this drawer quite a bit, or obviously have more drawers. So for the moment, this is the way it's going to be. There's way too many different varieties of fittings in there, and I suppose I could make a separate drawer for the more common ones. We'll have to worry about that another time. So here's the fitting. It obviously needs a little bit more space to fit in there. It is almost 2 inches long, and to get a good grip on both sides, it only needs about 1/4 inch to 3/8. So I'm going to cut a chunk off, and it'll be obviously off the top part. And after a quick little bit of sanding, just to get rid of some of the rough edges from the cut, I don't want to scrape off too much of the PVC cement when I stick the coupling on top of that. It's time to put some water in this aquarium. I'm going to fill it up to about 1.5 inches from the hole, and the reason for that is I want it to settle back into the old footprint it had. Not horribly important, but if it does settle after all the glue and everything else is set, it can tear a little bit of the silicone away from the plastic. I'm not too concerned about putting too much pressure on like the tank or anything else, but plastic and silicone, they don't really stick together. I just use it as a washer, and if I do this afterwards, there's a slight chance that I could end up with a little bit of a leak right around the hole here, and this just hopefully will prevent that. Now, if this was a new setup and the foam you see at the bottom there, which is about 1/2 inch, I think, it's more important because it will definitely settle quite a bit more. And in that settling process, it's going to shift an awful lot more than it's going to in this situation where it's already been compressed, and that's going to put an awful lot of pressure on that little 1-inch hole. So here we go. We got 1 7/8, and if you remember from the beginning, I want about 1/4 to 3/8 of pipe on either side of that. So we're going to trim off anywhere between 1/2 inch to 3/4. It's not really that important. It's not that precise. All it has to do is, of course, fit into where I want it to go. But one of the things I like to do, even though it doesn't matter in this particular situation, is I like to try and get the cut as square as possible. It's just habit because there are times when it does matter quite a bit. So what I'm going to do here is you can see the pipe is kind of on a downward angle because it has a fitting on one side and not on the other. I am going to attach the coupling to the other side. That way it'll lift it up and I'll get a much squarer cut. Like I said, in this particular instance, it doesn't matter at all. It's just one of those things I like to do regularly because if I get in the habit of it, hopefully I won't forget about it when I have to do it and it does matter. So this is just a straight cut. It's nothing fancy. I'll probably sand that off as well. And then during this whole process, the tank is settled into where it needs to go, and it's just a simple matter of hooking this back up, and I'm going to let it cure probably overnight anyway for sure, and then it'll be a matter of filling it all the way up, hooking up a filter. I still haven't decided exactly what I want to do. I'm most likely, my current thoughts anyway. The tank to the left has one of the new box filters in it, and I want to run that up to a high humidity. And because that tank is just been set up, and this one of course is going to be in the same boat, I'm going to put, I think, an underground filter in this one up to a high humidity, and I can have the two of them as a comparison for long term to see how they age relative to each other and how they look, and all that stuff and maintenance, the whole shebang. So this is just a dry fit. I just want to make sure I can fit everything together where it needs to go before I put glue on it, and then of course it just makes a mess if it doesn't fit, and then trying to cut things down or whatever is just much messier. So I'm going to get this off again. It is easier, obviously, when it's glued, but like I said, I just wanted to make sure it fit. So now just a simple matter of first gluing on the coupling on the bottom. That's very straightforward, just a simple matter of putting glue on both sides and not squeezing it down too much, making sure I don't make it too tight, because that will leave a lot less piping for the top part. If that happened, I would probably end up having to redo the entire top fitting. I do have the bits and pieces for it, so it's not that big a deal, but it would be a nuisance. So there you go. This is pretty much done now, and as you can see, we're going on, well, almost 6 minutes now, and it would definitely have been too much for the Sunday vlog, or basically would have been the Sunday vlog. So I want to save those for more like fish room stuff that's more generalized, like lots of different things, instead of just focusing on one thing like this. So this is just acts as a washer. That's all. It just goes in there, cures, and prevents water seeping around the threads. You can do the same thing with pipe thread, like the Teflon stuff. I don't use that because, well, mostly habit, I think, but I actually think that this is better. I've had a lot more success with it, and it's just what I end up doing. So here we go. I'm going to put the glue on this side now, and it's just a simple matter of fitting this in place. So as always, let me know what comments below what you think of this and any ideas you have for future stuff. I do have those 3 filters now in the mail. I will probably let people know that for sure what's going on. So thank you very much to those people who participated in all that. And I am going to change, I think, the time for when the premiere for the ones I'm selling is going to come up, because I had a little bit of interest in having a little bit later from 1 or 2 people, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to probably put it up for noon. Nothing's going to change other than the fact that it's just going to go up a little bit later. Hopefully that won't be a problem for other people. Often that happens when you switch things around a little bit, but I'm going to give that a shot anyway, so we'll see if that changes. So again, thank you very much for watching. Again, leave comments, let me know what you think of everything. I will see you in the next video, and bye for now, because this is all done.